Good morning, Trinity-Rose. I'd like to thank you very much for participating in our World Book Day event, especially targeted for children and young adults. So you're perfectly suited for this. We sent out a request for questions to our followers on Instagram, and we've had a wonderful response. So thank you very much, and then we'll just dig right in. So the first one is, if you could have one of your character's powers or abilities, which one would you have?
I'd probably pick magic because it's just so much more useful than the rest of them. Without the side effects, I haven't had to turn into anything or have any of the drinking blood or any of the side effects. So yeah, I could just do all the mundane tasks with magic and stuff.
It would make getting ready very quick. So now, what was the inspiration for Hell's Daughter? What was the inspiration behind it?
I don't know really. I wanted to try something different because normally in books and series and movies I was watching, the main character would be the one who got turned or discovered they had powers. And I wanted to try it the other way around with the sidekick point of view instead, which is what I tried at the beginning. And then it just kind of evolved into more.
Now, that each of the characters are very different. And I don't think I'm giving away too much when I say it's written in the first person point of view for the characters. What made you decide to write your characters that way?
I think you just get more emotion across if you write in first person, and I prefer doing it that way. Yeah, that's why.
Well, each one has a very different voice. So do they all live in your head?
Yeah, sort of, yeah. I kind of like try and get in the mindset of each one, normally with music, before I start writing in their perspective, just to try and get into who it is.
Next question is, how long does it take you to write a book? Now you've written more than one, so it says on average. So is there a certain, allocation of time that you work out, or per day? How would you say you work?
Well, when I'm writing, I normally write more hours a day than editing, just because I enjoy it more. So editing takes a long time, writing doesn't. I normally spend like 4 months writing, and then I'll spend like 6 months editing.
So with the, because you've created such a strong sense of, realism of the other world in our world, is it easy to go back and forth?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's not that bad, honestly, because it's real in my head, so I can just kind of evolve it from that.
And the picture of hell is a little bit different than the rest of us have. Well, it's quite, I won't say graphic, it just creates a picture in your mind, which is absolutely wonderful. But the other aspects of it, was that just an inspiration or from yourself, or did the character discuss it with you?
I don't know. I sort of use inspiration from things I've seen previously, and I just kind of imagined what I would picture hell to be using the characters and stuff. Like, where would they want to live? And mess it up a little bit.
Now, I know often in writing, every author writes differently. Some will just write the story, some will plot it out and have a line to go. Which process do you follow?
I normally start with a plot and then evolve it from there. So and then I make characters to fit into the plot of how it would work, giving them personality they would need to, survive.
So do you write up character descriptions, or do they just flow on the page?
They normally flow on the page, and then I will add it to a character description like page I have. So I'll start off with the basics, and then it will evolve. Because sometimes they'll have new hobbies that they just come into the book, and I'll have to add it to my sheet.
Yes. Do they, now, is it a physical description that comes first, or the characteristics of the character?
I'd say the personality comes first, and then I structure their looks around it of what I would think they would look like from their personality.
That kind of works it. One of the another question from one of our followers: what is your favorite part of working with Holly?
There's so many. Probably that I can say the most random stuff trying to describe it in more detail, and yet she still is able to get exactly what I'm thinking on a page. And also the fact she includes me in everything she does. So like if she has some ideas, she will bring it in and ask me about it.
Yes.
It's important.
So has it ever occurred that with a character that you see them one way and Holly draws them another? Or do you usually come together on what the character will look like?
Normally, yeah, we have like the same ideas. I help her, like if she asks me for extra description what I think they look like.
Yes.
But yeah, overall, yeah, it just comes together and it's what I picture in my head, which is amazing.
Excellent. It's nice when someone can get in your head. That's a wonderful wonderful way to put it when you're working closely with someone. This is a great question. What's it like? What does it feel like to be published at such a young age?
It feels amazing actually, because I didn't think I would get published at such a young age. It was shocking to me, honestly. I was very impressed.
Yes, we were too. And now World Book Day is all about getting young people to read. What were some of your favorite books growing up? You know, a childhood book or a...
I don't know. I really liked Roald Dahl quite a lot when I was little. Then it kind of evolved into Kelly Armstrong. I really liked her. And I read all her young adult books and everything. But yeah, so that's where it kind of started. The supernatural started with reading Kelly Armstrong. And I actually saw her once. I went to Canada and saw her. And I got a sign from her. Yeah.
Oh, excellent. Wonderful. Next time she'll be wanting your autograph. Did any of these books that you read when you were younger inspire any part of your writing?
Maybe I read, yeah, some of Kelly Armstrong's books may have helped a little bit with like structuring how to structure the supernatural world and make sure it all makes sense when writing it, like how would like the werewolves act, how would the vampires act, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yes. And now we have a new release coming out. The sequel to Hell's Daughter is Hell's Key. It's eagerly anticipated. The 21st of June it's coming out. So now they're asking about other upcoming projects. So without giving too much away, is there another book in the offing after Hell's Key?
Yeah, there will be a pre-sequel to make it a trilogy to fill in some gaps from the book that happened in previous times, yeah, with other characters.
Excellent, excellent. We'll just dangle that in front of everyone so they'll be anticipating it. So Trinity-Rose, what helps keep you fueled up and inspired for your writing?
I use bubble tea most of the time because it has a lot of sugar in it, but all the places have been closed, so I have to make it myself. So I've been learning how to make that. Yeah, I use the sugar from that to keep me awake.
I understand. I'll ask this as the last question. I understand your family is quite, I won't say involved in it, but well, they are involved obviously with that and supporting you. Which has been most important to you on the support that you've received?
Probably the proofreading they do for me, making sure it all makes sense, that all the plot holes are filled. Because sometimes, you know, I'll forget certain things and they just fill it in.
So as a young author, what advice would you offer to other young writers about their work? What tips would you give them?
I'd say show it to as many people as possible to make sure you get like all the criticism and everything you can possibly get, just to make sure it's perfect, because there's always stuff you can improve on, and the more you improve when you're younger, the better it will become in the end, probably.
Excellent. Wonderful. Well, I'd like to thank you very much for participating in World Book Day. I know that you will be an inspiration to other young writers, because too often it comes along where they don't think they will have that opportunity. And we are so delighted that we discovered you first. So thank you again, and wish you a lovely day and a great World Book Day.
You too. This is Hull's daughter. I'm going to read Sylvan's part in chapter 2. Okay. My wings flap, they beat on my back. My head twitches, the extreme heat burning my slimy body. I am in a murky pit called hell. The embers smoke from the ground. Slowly my hands slip on the cell bars. I rattle them, howling in anger. They burn my inflamed skin. Lucifer howls in the cage next to mine. How did it get to this? I was second in command, the loyal servant of Lucifer, Lucifer, the king of hell. All the other demons looked up to me in fear. My every command was obeyed. Lucifer would ask me for my service. I was an asset to hell. I am the strongest of my type of demon alive. Yet Lucifer got himself overthrown by his dreadful daughter, leaving Lucifer and I powerless in our own home. Simply Alex to blame. Lucifer's demons tried to save us. Haven't tried to save us. Instead, they tortured us at Alex's command. Long nails wrap around the cage bars. Alex, the little bitch. If only she had stayed dead. A stupid old dead witch resurrected her with more power than she had before. All Lucifer wanted was that power, and she stole it to save a couple of humans, her brother and his wife. Pathetic. Lucifer deserved it more. No one is loyal to Lucifer. They are loyal to whoever is more powerful. They will do anything to save themselves, all except me. I would rather be tortured for eternity or killed than switch sides. My situation is temporary. I plan to get out of hell and go to earth. I will find a way for my king to rule once more. Also, to seize my revenge and kill Alex. My nails clink on the metal bars. My time will come. The iron door swings open, ready for my daily dose of torture. I don't care. The more time out of my cell, the more time I have to plan my escape, plotting routes to escape from my well-deserved freedom.
If you enjoyed the video and would like to watch more, hit the subscribe button and the bell for notifications. Also, please see the description box below for a link to our website and other social media platforms.